Hey everybody, you're watching Om Sweet Om on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Hi everybody, welcome to Om Sweet Om. I'm yoga instructor Alison Schuster, and today we're at Evolve Wellness Center in Zelienople, and we're talking to Terry Sweet. Terry, how are you today?
Very, very well. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so glad you are here. Now, you have a really diverse background, and it's something I've wanted to delve into in the show, and you are just the perfect person to have this conversation with, because you are a massage therapist, a yoga instructor, and a registered nurse.
I am.
So we've got this great background, this mixture of East and West, and I want to start out by talking about that today. A lot of people feel that those two areas of wellness and health are separate, that you either follow Western medicine and follow that path, or you follow Eastern medicine. But I know you and I feel that these two things are not separate, that there's a great intersection. Let's talk about that a little bit. How do you see even your own jobs of being a nurse, a yoga instructor, a massage therapist? Where does this all come together?
I tend to see it as a spectrum. In the Western approach to medicine is very distinct, very medicine-based. It is a wonderful modality. We're very, very lucky to have the current powers and abilities of Western medicine.
You do amazing things.
Wonderful, wonderful things. Never has it been better for us. In so saying, it is also, I think, incomplete. I think Western medicine is very, very strong for us if we present with perhaps a bacterial infection. We have very, very strong and potent antibiotics and very, very clear treatment protocols for bacterial infections. But if we approach Western medicine with viruses or cancers or things of that nature, Western medicine doesn't have a lot of answers for us. And that's where I would maybe say that it's incomplete. And to add to that, I would say it's incomplete in its lack of dietary/nutritional approaches to prevention and to curative modalities. And so the spectral approach that I see is all the modalities complementing each other.
So you go back to what my grandmother used to say, you are what you eat, right? And
absolutely.
Some of these adages hold true.
Absolutely. And in Ayurveda, we learned that when you use food as medicine, then you need less medicine. Right. So we find that Ayurveda is very diet-based, very gut health, based. Then that goes a long way in prevention. I see disease, the idea of disease coming from long-standing dis-ease. And when we approach this dis-ease with some of our Eastern modalities, be it yoga/conscious movement, conscious breathing, or the nutritional approach, then we are fueling the body with very, very potent natural chemicals, nutrition, to reestablish ease in that context of disease, and therefore can prevent dis-ease. Right. And so same thing with conscious movement, yoga. You can strengthen what needs strengthened, you can lengthen what is too short, and by doing so, prevent dis-ease and promote ease. And massage therapy, the same way. I contend that massage therapy has been around with us longer than spoken word. Way before we could speak, if we bumped ourselves, what's the first thing you do? you take to rubbing it. And so with all the decades of study behind body work and massage therapy, we know that it can decrease stress and anxiety, which then decreases the stress hormones, cortisol, norepinephrine, and it'll can calm the fight-flight response, which we generally operate here in the West.
Right.
And when we can calm the fight or flight, the sympathetic nervous system response, we're promoting the opposite, which is rest and digest, the parasympathetic response. Again, promoting ease, preventing disease, and taking us back to a state of balance and homeostasis. And
where the body functions best.
Right, and we find ourselves then less frequently in our Western doctor's office.
Right, and a lot of times when we are in our Western doctor's office, all they can do is treat the symptoms.
Yeah.
Right? You have constant stomach upset.
Yeah.
Right? And well, we can treat that symptom, but we're not really getting down to the cause of actually fixing that problem, which may be, as you say, partly due to the stress of the body is under.
Right.
And alleviating that, I know you and I are great believers in yoga and meditation, and promoting yoga and meditation as a way to reduce these stressors in everyday life.
For sure, for sure. One of my favorite things about being a home health nurse was being able to make very complex ideas very accessible to our everyday life and our everyday functioning. And you talk about treating symptoms versus root cause. My analogy for my patients would be smoke and fire. Western medicine is very, very, very powerful to treat the smoke. We can treat the symptomology and have you feeling better, but really not promoting ease, removing dis-ease, and getting us back to true homeostasis. You still have the underlying fire, but the smoke is a little better controlled, so now you're a little less motivated to work further to uproot the root cause. And that's where I see Eastern approaches and the complementary modalities coming in. See your doctor, get the symptoms controlled, but recognize that you have a fire still to put out. And this is where I think the other modalities come in. While you have your symptomology controlled and you're not so uncomfortable, you can do the deep work and figure out what actually caused the fire. And when
without the fire.
And then there is no more smoke.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Now, tell us a little bit about massage therapy as well. Now, a lot of times yoga and massage therapy work together. And we see this as movement in the body, massage therapy, helping the body to move better so that you perform better in your yoga class. But tell me how that's going to work for overall health.
So throughout our normal daily life, we can overload particular muscle groups, through repeated activity or repeated posturing. And so this can make to be present what's known as myofascial trigger points, which cause the muscle to be maybe sore, but likely a little bit shorter than normal. And now the antagonist muscles, the muscles that work opposite to that, have to work harder to get back to normal posturing and normal operations. And so massage therapy serves very, very well to take care of myofascial trigger points, adhesions in the muscles, what we might refer to as knots, so that they are happier and healthier, and then it makes their neighbors have to work less hard.
Right.
And there you are, you're back to a state of less dis-ease, heading towards ease, and then you can, now you're better able to move with improved ease and efficiency in the yoga studio to further promote the normalizing the healing of the tissues.
And even beyond that, it can help digestion.
Yeah.
It can help whole body health.
Without question. Even some somatic psychology. So some of our tension that we recognize in musculature may not be from physical causes. And so even by getting regular body work, we can knock out some of these things that we've been holding on to that maybe we really don't need to anymore. Maybe we're in a better position to address the emotions that got locked in there or whatnot. And so in that regard, it can help with, like you said, the physical aspects of digestion, things we don't see related to musculature, but also maybe even your psychology and your emotional state.
Sure, and relieving stress. And we take some of those things away and the whole body works better.
Yeah.
Right? So we see those benefits not only maybe in our daily lives, at our jobs, in our homes, but in yoga class, in our interactions with other people and how we react.
Yes, for sure. And that's why it's important to me. I seek to be the best I can for my community, and that has to start with being the best me I can be. And so a life of selflessness does start with a kernel of selfishness. Physics teaches us that you can't pour from an empty vessel. And so by treating yourself to a very healthy and clean diet, regular conscious movement, regular body work, you're taking care of yourself and you're making yourself much better able to help your neighbors and your community. I like the analogy, if we were all store owners and we swept our stoop and the sidewalk in front of our stoop, the street wouldn't need swept.
So true.
Yeah.
So true. And it does start with taking care of yourself. And I know a lot of us maybe, have busy families, busy lives, and we put that priority of taking care of everybody else. But you can't do that well until you take care of yourself.
Right. You can do it to a point and then the vessel's empty. And what have you to give then?
Right.
Yeah. You owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family and your community to be the best you.
Yeah. And so we're sharing a little love. It's February, it's Valentine's Day. Throw a little love your own way, right?
For sure.
Right, and take care of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Terry, tell us where we can find you. We're here at Evolve Wellness Center. We know we can find you here. Tell us about that and also your other locations.
So I'll be at Evolve here working with Dr. Edwin on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 7. And then I am fortunate enough to be working in Beaver, Pennsylvania at a wonderful clinic over there, Free Spirit Acupuncture, which is a full functioning traditional medicine treatment facility. They have acupuncture and herbology and cupping and massage therapy. I'll be there Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, generally afternoons and evenings. The number here at Evolve, 724-453-4848. And the number at Free Spirit Acupuncture escapes me right now, but they're an easy Google search. And then glowingheartbodywork.com is our website. And the phone number for Glowing Heart is 724-888-3138.
We're hoping that you're inspiring people to take a little time for themselves, a little body work, and a little more knowledge, right? Of seeing where all of these modalities kind of intersect. And how to best use them to further your own health. I think that's really important as we start this new year and February. A little love your way.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm
so glad to share.
Have you here. Thank you. And we are going to stay right here at Evolve Wellness Center for the yoga today. I'll meet you in a moment on the mat. Welcome to the mat. It's February. And if you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram at Armstrong Om Sweet Om, you know I was away for the holidays and spent a little time down in the Caribbean and on St. George Island. And a lot of times when we're in a warmer climate, it's easy for us to find that heart opening, that chest opening pose. We breathe a little easier. We get into wintertime here in Western PA and we tend to close off a little, right? We don't breathe as easily. We also avoid some of those big poses, right? We tend to curl up, get under the blanket, and become a little bit of a hibernation for winter. So today we're going to work on the heart openers. We're going to open the chest. We're going to breathe a little deeper. We're going to find those big heart openers to help us kind of glide through winter, breathe a little easier. And plus it's Valentine's. We need to open the heart two reasons to do these poses in yoga. We do them for the body, of course, to deepen the breath, find those big expansive movements for the muscles, but we also do them to link to the heart and mind, the idea of opening ourselves up in our heart and mind too, not becoming closed off in our thoughts and our emotions and our actions. So a nice double whammy for us this February. And so we're going to work on these chest and heart openers. Let's start at seated. Let's take them from the path of least resistance to maybe bumping it up and doing a couple harder ones at the end. Let's bring it down to the mats. I'm going to find seated. I'm sitting on a block today, taking the hips a little bit higher so we can let those knees fall down to the mat. Makes it a little more comfortable when we're in our seated posture. Just take those arms out to either side. Now, first let's just start with that nice heart-opening breath. So big breath in. Take the arms up. Let them float back down to the mat. Another one, that nice deep breath. And just let them float back down. Maybe we take one more. We start to fill the lungs. Exhale it out. You can even exhale out with a little sound if it helps. Maybe you take those arms out to either side. Just a nice breath in on the exhale. Can you push those hands together, that ujjayi breath? We've worked on that before. Couple of nice deep breaths. Push those hands together. Open it up. Maybe one more. Big breath in. And open it up. We can even work on that side body motion here at seated. So we reach that right arm up. Maybe flip the palm to the ceiling. Press into the mat. And I want you to reach so that you open that side body. Maybe you hold here for a couple breaths. Each exhale, can you reach a little more? And then slowly bring it back down. Let's try the other side. Left arm comes up. Flip the palm so you can reach a little more. And I'm pressing into that right hand attached to the mat. So that bend in the elbow, I open that side body out just a little bit more. And then bring it back down. That's a really easy chest opener, beginning of your day, end of your day. Get that breath a little deeper and kind of feel that expansive motion. So then let's take it to another one. Maybe we bring it to a nice cat-cow posture. You can even take that cat-cow, drop the belly. You can press into the mat, round the spine. But we're going to take it even a different direction. I want you to take that right leg and just push it to the back wall, away from the mat. Nice deep breath. I'm going to cross those toes over the midline. That right arm goes up and we open the chest. Now, I can push it back as far as is comfortable. Nice deep breath. We feel that chest opening and bring it back down. Let's try the other side. So we extend that left leg. Nice and long. Push it away. I'm drawing the belly in, pressing away from the mat. And then just cross it over. That left arm comes up. Nice deep breath in, big reach. And then bring it back down to the mat. Little cat-cow breath. Back to neutral. And then we're going to bring it to seated on the mat. I want you to extend those legs out nice and long. We're going to take it to Wild Thing, and I'm going to give you a couple of options for Wild Thing. Let's start attached to the mat, path of least resistance. We're going to draw that right knee in, and I want you to widen the feet out. Take those heels out. Now, that right arm comes in front of the knee. Let's put a little bit of action in that arm, so a little tension in the arm. I'm really pressing into the heel, pressing through the big toe mound of that right foot. We bring that left arm behind. Now, maybe it's just a little lift. Maybe we just lift the backside up, draw the belly in. We got this little lift. Maybe we can take it a little higher. Maybe we press up. Maybe we can begin to reach that arm up, take it the whole way, all the way to Wild Thing. Nice deep breath. Press the hips up. Big open heart. Deep breath in. And then bring it back down. Now, that pose is an awesome chest opener. There's a second way to get to that pose, which is, maybe a little more active, and that's flipping your dog. So if you take those hands back to the mat, tuck the toes underneath, press it all the way back to downward facing dog. And we're going to inhale that right leg up to the ceiling, bend at the knee, And then just follow it the whole way over. Flipping the dog, open the chest, nice deep breath. And then maybe bring it back. Taking it to plank, knees come down. Big, nice heart opener. Now, coming up on those knees, which is right where we are. Nice thunderbolt pose. Couple ways to go with this. Maybe you just take those breaths in, all the way up. Exhale those hands to heart center. Another one, big breath in. And exhale. Maybe you take them out wide. Nice breath in. Press those palms together, just like we did at seated. Open them up. One more, press them together, and then open it out. Now, maybe you can take those thumbs to the shoulders. I'm up on the toes behind me. Nice big breath in. Can you reach the arms up and just lean into the thighs? See if you can hold it there. Then bringing it back. Maybe this time you take that deep breath in, lift, lengthen the spine. And then we take the right hand and bring it back to the ankle. You can press into that left hand. Maybe that gaze goes to the thumb. Maybe you push it back, a little half camel. And then bring it back. Both hands come up. Let's try the other side. Left hand. Reach that right arm up. Press it back. Nice deep breath. And then bring it back. Maybe flip those palms. Widen them out. Bring it all the way down. Drop the head. Nice deep breath. And then let it rise back up, finding yourself to seated. Let's just bring that right leg through the hands. Left leg comes to meet it. Rise up to standing. Now, Tadasana was our pose of the week a few weeks ago. Let's see if we can press those arms out. Press into those feet. See if you can close the eyes and just breathe here. Now, each breath, I want you to make that engagement in the legs a little stronger. Press into the feet. You feel that energy rising up the legs. Draw the sides of the belly together. Maybe a little lift in the crown of the head. So we rise up a little higher. Take a deep breath in and see if you can use that exhale. Stretch those arms out. Maybe they come out to either side. Maybe they go all the way out to the diagonals. Nice deep breath. And then exhale them down. So that's an easy chest opener at standing. Now, if we want to take it in a little more active, we take it to warrior two. We're going to step that left foot forward. My right foot steps back. And you can decide how much space there is between those feet. But we want the heel in line with the instep. Let's reach the arms out. Nice standing pose engagement. So I'm pressing into the feet. I'm drawing the sides of the belly together. I'm gazing out over that hand. Nice deep breath. Maybe you hold it right there. Now you can decide. Usually 3 to 5 breaths is a good rule of thumb to hold this posture, but you can hold it as long as you want. See if with each breath you can stretch those arms out a little more. Maybe press into the feet a little more. Another one. Nice deep breath. Using that exhale. Then we just slowly bring those hands back down. Maybe we try the other side, which really all we got to do is flip the toes. And there we are. We're on the other side. Let's take a deep breath in. Gaze out over that hand. Another one. Nice deep breath. And then exhale. Just bringing it back. All 10 toes facing the side of my mat. And I can just toe heel those feet together, bringing it back to the center. Now, one of our big poses, our chest openers, is half moon. So we're going to try a little half moon today. That block might come in handy. So maybe you take a block, bringing it to the top of the mat. Let's step that left foot forward. We start out in warrior two. So we just did it. Heel in line with the instep. And we find that nice, strong warrior two. Arms go out. Little tension in the arms. Draw the sides of the belly together. Then bring that right hand to the hip. Left hand comes down to that block. Now watch this right shoulder, because if it dips down, that's where we're going to go. So we want to take that right shoulder, stack it on the left, open up that chest. Maybe that arm even goes to the ceiling. Maybe we shift the weight and point the toe. Maybe we let that toe rise up, bringing it into half moon. Maybe we can come on the fingertips of the block. Maybe we can take that left hand to the heart and just rest a few breaths in half moon. We've opened that chest. I want you to breathe down into it. Nice deep breath. And we're going to just float to warrior two. So the arms go out. We bring the foot back down. We find that strong grounding pose in warrior two, but still that big open chest. Breathe into it. Nice deep breath. And then exhale, bringing it back. So there's your biggest chest opener, right? That big expansive posture. Take it in those steps, though, and get yourself there. It doesn't matter which step you stop at. What we're trying to do is open that chest. Let's take it back down to the mat. So we close that same way back to our seated posture. Now, a couple of deep breaths. Arms come out. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Bring it to heart center. Maybe another one. Big breath in. And exhale. One more. Nice breath in. And exhale. Bring it down. Now, our last chest opener that I want you to see is Savasana. And sometimes people don't even think of Savasana as one of our postures, and it's actually the one we probably look forward to the most when we're lying on the mat. We're going to set the block aside. We're going to widen out the feet, bringing it down to the mat. Open those arms out. Now, a lot of times we put the arms close to the body, but the more we widen them, the more we get that nice big chest opener. You can even take them all the way out to either side. Play with that breath, a nice deep breath in, press the palms together. Exhale, bring it back down. Another one, deep breath. And exhale. Let's take one more. Nice deep breath. Open it out. That's good preparation for our Savasana. We just widen out those arms. We feel the shoulder blades touching the mat. We've got that big open chest. We can breathe into it. Maybe you bring that hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Make that hand on the belly rise and fall. So you're deepening that breath. Brings you into a nice, calm Shavasana. It'll make it a little more enjoyable, a little more space in the chest, a little more space in the belly for the belly to rise and fall. So all of those postures are our heart openers. It's good to kind of get in touch with that in February. A little Valentine love for yourself. Let's take those arms out to either side. Take a nice deep breath in all the way up. Bring those hands to rest at heart center. It's February. I want you to find a little love for yourself in those heart-opening sequences. Find a little space in the body and the mind. Find the light within you. Take it out into the world. Namaste.